Hi there, light workers. This is Jo Smart of Fire Angels, here to do your August reading. I'm going to speak quite loud because it's actually tipping it down outside. It is the 31st of July and we have pretty torrential rain here in Leighton Buzzard, Bedfordshire, UK. So hopefully it doesn't drown me out too much. So yeah, strange weather we are having right now, but that's not going to put me off. I am still here to do your light workers reading for August 2021. So I hope July's been kind to you, and what I'm going to talk about today, or the theme I've asked the angels to support me with today and set the intention for this reading, is around our upgrading, our spiritual upgrading. And the reason for that is the 8th of August is Lionsgate portal. It's the day that opens. So you may have seen some stuff, you may already know loads about it. It's a really important time in the spiritual calendar, and it's been around for thousands and thousands of years. And we've been in the lead up to it for the last couple of weeks, and we'll continue to get that build up until the 8th of the 8th. So Lionsgate portal opens on the 8th of the 8th, like I said, and the reason that date is so important is it goes back to the ancient Egyptians, and the brightest star in the sky that we can see is Sirius. And on the 8th of the 8th, as Sirius rises, the constellation excuse me, of Orion's belt matches completely with the pyramids of Giza. So the ancient Egyptians knew about this really special date, and it's how they decided where they were going to build their pyramids. And what the portal does is, and when that alignment happens, it floods the earth, and those of us that are connected enough to attune to it with upgrade energy. So it takes us to the next level. If we connect to that energy, it takes us to the next level of our spiritual advancement. It's called Lionsgate because it's in the astrological sign of Leo. So that also represents abundance, royalty. So it's kind of royal upgrade, loyalty as well. So all of those traits that we associate with lions, the kings of the jungle. So it's a really special time, and it's no coincidence, because there's no such thing as coincidences, that a lot of the people coming to see me for readings from mid-July onwards, when the energy started to build, have been having really quite significant spiritual awakenings and epiphanies, where they're really feeling the connection to the angelic realm and wondering what that means for them, and how they make the most of that. So the cards that I've been reading for people this month have really been about helping people answer that call and make that commitment. And so that's what today's reading is going to be about, how we use the energy of Lionsgate portal to strengthen our commitment to our spiritual purpose, to allow the upgrade to happen. Some, there is a lot of stuff that goes around about some of the negative effects of upgrades: tiredness, irritableness, lack of sleep because of such vivid dreams, or overthinking things. And yeah, I mean that can be part of it if you allow it to be. But if you welcome the upgrade, if you set the intention the upgrade is going to be a positive experience for you, and that you're going to feel the positive energy, and you're going to feel more energetic with it, and you're going to understand what the upgrade means for you, then that's what will happen. If you kind of read too much into all of that other stuff, then you possibly will have a bit of a hard time. But you always have to remember that you're in control of your spiritual development and upgrade. So you set the intention as to how you want it to happen and how you want to feel about it. So I would try and ignore some of that stuff around the negative traits and just look forward to it and enjoy it and set the intention that it's going to be great. So the cards I wanted to pull today, because we're in such a spiritual time, is I'm first off going to go to Sacred Spirit by Anna Stark. This is published by Rockpool. I've used these before. So these are really magical cards, and you can see like the pictures have all of this energy in it, which to me symbolises the energy of the Lionsgate portal as well, which is why I've gone to these cards. And then I'm going to pull one or two cards from Carl Gray's The Angel Guide Oracle, published by Hay House. And then because Spirit is really active at this time, and I've certainly felt Spirit being very active with me recently, I'm going to go to the Spirit Messages Daily Guidance Pack by John Holland, and this is also published by Hay House, just to see what advice Spirit has for us at this time. So I shall make a start. So I've set the intention this morning, or this afternoon, where's the day going? When I came in here, that the cards will give us guidance about how we make the most of the Lionsgate energy to support our upgrade in a way that serves our highest good, to enable us to serve the highest good of those around us and that we have contact with. So thank you, angels, for giving us that, and Spirit for letting us have that guidance now. 3 cards. Ooh. There's our first 2. Okay, these look a bit, ooh, but they're not. So, the first card I'm going to talk about is this one, Secret Temptation, about being led astray. So this is exactly what I was just talking about. Being led down the rabbit hole that upgrades are bad. Upgrades make you feel horrible. Upgrades are scary. Upgrades mean that we, maybe have to do stuff that we don't want to do because we've got more gifts and we might be quite happy with the gifts that we've got. So, and I think it's a lot of the social media content about different types of gateways that we get through the year, in particular Lionsgate, can be a bit scary and can lead to the temptation of shying away from it and not harnessing that, and the temptation to bury ourselves back within ourselves so that it just passes us by. So this card is really telling us not to be distracted by that stuff and not to believe it, because we all have our own different experiences. We're all on our own different journeys. What some people go through with their upgrades may not be anything like what you go through with your upgrade. So don't be tempted to go along with the spiritual mainstream of this is going to be really hard, but worth it in the end. It doesn't have to be that hard. I say it all the time, and it's one of Carl Gray's biggest lessons. We serve in a way that serves us. So don't give in to the temptation to believe everything you see in kind of, spiritual stuff that may be on your news feed with different groups that you follow on social media. Really harness this energy. It's about love. It's about abundance. It's about royalty. It's about living your best life. And making the most of those opportunities to progress and ascend. And that's what we really need to believe. That's what we really need to hold in our hearts about what this opportunity is. It's a good thing. Sometimes I think people like to kind of make it look like this spiritual life is really difficult, and yeah, it can be, but it's also so joyful and so full of love and so full of fun, and it's part of our journey to ascend. That's how we get to the next stage, so enjoy it, embrace it, and make it your own. Like I said, set the intention that it's going to be positive. Don't be tempted to believe all the hype about how awful it's going to make you feel. And what will happen shall I go to this one next? This one next. So the next one we got is channel your knowledge, which is again a really powerful card, and it's kind of, to me, again representing that you channel this energy the way that you know will serve your highest good. So you channel the messages, you channel the upgrade. What is it that you need out of this ascension to move to the next stage of your purpose, to take the next part of your journey? You channel it, you be the director of it. Don't just let it happen. Really consider it and set those intentions, because you are the expert in your own development. So you channel it the way that you need to channel. And if you're not sure what that is, ask your angels for guidance. Ask your masters, ascended masters, ask your spirit guides for the guidance. What does this energetic day, this really important portal mean for my upgrade? Because all of our upgrades are different, and we must never compare ourselves to other people. I just heard that really loud. This isn't about comparing ourselves to how other people perceive this spiritual awakening to be. It's about our own experience, our own journey that is special and unique to us. So channel your own journey, direct your own journey, and channel the guidance from your spiritual support team, who are yours alone, to help you do that. And so this is what it looks a bit spooky, and it talks about the dark night of the soul, but again, don't be put off by that. What this means is it's about finding new beginnings as we step, as the Lionsgate portal has given us a real opportunity to start again, to begin again, to, like I said, step into the next part of our journey. So it's a new phase, it's a new part of the cycle for us. And it's not about having to hit rock bottom or having to go through a crisis in order to ascend. Because again, I do see a lot of that stuff on social media about how the brightest people have also been the most broken. I don't buy into that at all. I think anybody, whether they've been through really difficult times or suffered trauma or real bereavement, are the only ones that can ascend and be light workers, and that we have to go through those awful things in order to do that. I don't buy into that at all, because our spiritual support team only want us to be happy. Those things happen because we're living a human existence, but that's not necessarily what makes us light workers. People who have been through that, and can draw upon those experiences, do make excellent light workers. But so do people who have had a nice upbringing and a nice time and haven't, thankfully experienced any of those difficult times in their lives. Those people equally, I consider myself a light worker. I had a wonderful upbringing, and I've still, I'm lucky enough to still have, all my family around me. Yes, people have passed on, but I speak to them a lot. Anyway, they speak back. So, and that doesn't make me any less of a light worker. That doesn't make me any less deserving of ascending. So, dark night of the soul doesn't have to be this, really dark period of your life that enables you to see the light. The light is there for all of us. So again, it's very similar to this card, which I nearly went to it that next to it, but the angel said no, do channeling first, is because this is the hype that's going around right now, and you may feel because everybody else is saying that this is going to be difficult and painful, that it will be, and so you're tempted to ignore it and not go there. But you also may be feeling, well, I'm quite happy, and my spiritual journey has been quite pleasant and and easy, so I'm not deserving of an ascension. That's nonsense. You absolutely are. We are all equal on our spiritual journey. No one is more deserving than the other, because we are all 100% deserving, and we can channel how we experience it and what it means for us. So that's what these cards are representing. Do not be afraid of an upgrade. It's natural part of the process, and whilst we will all get one on the 8th of the 8th, they do happen all of the time anyway. So things that you might experience are things like ringing in your ears, or you'll feel a higher connection. You might, for me certainly, I've been feeling kind of way more motivated to develop my spiritual practice, not just for myself but for other people. And so that's how I'm channeling the energy. I'm channeling the energy to progress, my light worker work, for myself and for other people. So I'm feeling energized from it, but that's because I've taken that type of control on it. So that's how I'm, and you may get more messages. You may yes have more vivid dreams, but they won't be scary dreams. And if you need a night off with a good night's sleep, say to your spiritual support team, thank you for giving me a lovely, peaceful, restful night's sleep tonight, and they'll leave you alone. You direct it. So that's what Spirit Guide had to say to us. Oh, I pulled the cards out. So I'm going to go to Angel Guide and see what Angel Guide has to say. 2 cards from this one. Lay these ones out. So number 1 and number 2. Okay. Right. So the first card we got is self-acceptance, and that is validating what we were talking about, not comparing your journey to other people's. And I think this is really pertinent when there is a spiritually significant date in the calendar coming up, because like we've been talking about, it's really easy to compare your journey with other people's. And if you're looking at some news feeds on different groups that you're at, you might be thinking, wow, gosh, these people are having so, really, magnificent experiences, and I'm not. And you are. You just have to stop comparing what you are experiencing to others, and you'll realise how magnificent your experience is, and accept where you are on your journey, and accept what is happening for you, and be willing to experience more. If you want to experience more, tell the universe you're open and you're willing to accept it, and you will get what you need from that. So as we go into Lionsgate Portal, it's about accepting your gifts. It's about accepting where you are. It's about loving your gifts and loving where you are right now, and looking forward and being open and willing for the next stage of your journey that's going to come through the Lionsgate Portal, and really master what that means for you. And if it means something different to everybody else, then that's brilliant, because if we all were the same, it would all be a bit rubbish. The other one, and this is like, we're talking about Lionsgate, we always associate lions with courage and bravery, and that's what's come out. And what I want to say is, we need to have the courage and the bravery to be ourselves, to step into our own power, our own glory, and know that that is perfect for us. Have the courage to be yourself every single second of every single day. And I think if that's, where Lionsgate needs to take you, then that's what you set the intention for. If you need Lionsgate to take you to that place of acceptance of who you are, and the courage and the bravery to love who you are and not care what anybody else thinks, and be excited for other people's journeys instead of comparing yours to theirs, then that's what you need to set the intention for Lionsgate for you. That's your upgrade. Your upgrade is to find that not just self-acceptance, but self-love and the courage and the bravery to show the world who you are, even if they don't agree with it, or they think it's odd, or they think it's strange. Their journey, not yours. Have the courage and the bravery to step into your journey and your journey alone. And so, one card from Spirit. Let's see what Spirit has to say to us about love, guidance about Lionsgate. Right. 2 more shuffles and then pick the top card. Oops, a daisy. The outcome of accepting the guidance. So to summarize what's before I'm going to go into this one, because this I'm feeling this is the outcome of the upgrade. So in summary, we are not to get carried away with what everybody else says Lionsgate means. We are to channel our own experience, and we need to use Lionsgate. For those of you that this bit is resonating to, Lionsgate is about upgrading to a place of self-acceptance and having the courage and the bravery to be yourself, to walk proud in your shoes, to roar loudly about who you are. And the outcome of that is peace and serenity. If you've been feeling anxious and worried about stepping into your power, about upgrading to the next stage, about taking the next step, if you follow that guidance about just doing your own thing, going on your own journey and not listening and being distracted by all the other stuff that's out there, you will find peace and serenity. So there's work to be done in terms of setting the intention for your upgrade and what that needs to mean for you. And once you've done that, I just feel like a wash of peace and serenity. I've just gone a bit cold and tingly. A wash of peace and serenity will come over us, will come over you. And that tells you that your upgrade has been successful. Set the intention that this upgrade will do what it needs for you, will take you on your next stage of your journey, will give you the courage and the bravery to take those steps, and the steps you take after that will be filled with peace and serenity, because you will know you're doing the right thing. You will know you're on the right path, and your angels and your guides, your past loved ones, everyone who's working with you right now will just fold in around you with that lovely warmth, and you'll feel it, and then you'll be like, what was I so worried about? Okay, so that was a really interesting reading. So that's going to be all of August. Obviously we're in the build up now. We've been in the build up really since the 26th of July. The portal opens on the 8th. So on the 8th, try and take some time out. You know, before that, in your daily spiritual practice, in your meditation, in your prayers, set the intentions about what the upgrade is for you. On the 8th, try and find 5-10 minutes where you do, you know, an attunement meditation for yourself, an upgrade meditation for yourself, or again where you're setting the intention as to what that means. You know, and then after that, you know, again, really focus on bringing peace and serenity into your life, so that you've got the headspace to understand what it's meant for you. So that's the light readers reading for August. I am going to do another video in August, and I have had a request, but the request has come from the angels to talk to you about messages, how to recognize a message from your angels or from past loved ones, and how to trust your gut in terms of what that means. So I look forward to seeing you again for that video, and then after that, September's card reading. So enjoy Lionsgate, have fun with it, and you know, direct what it does. Don't be scared, don't be anxious. It's all for the highest good. So love and light, and I'll see you soon. Bye.